Alright, we're doing the replay review over the game you wanted to be replayed since the recording failed on the live coaching. So first mistake, you should never step into this bush because if they leave base at the same time as you, whether they go this bush or this one, they'll see you going into this one and then they won't ward or they'll push you off it or other weird stuff. So just stay in this one. If you want to break it from this side, you wait in this bush until like the 50-second mark and then you can go break it over here. That works too. So yeah, no point standing there, just waiting the other one. We'll see if they go to ward. See you back, you get your ward. You're like, all right, I gotta go help Karthus out because Karthus, he's gonna struggle. Funny fact, Karthus can actually solo blue buff really easily. Just kite it this way, then you kite it down here, and then it's finished. But it is the nice thing to do. Yeah, if you do leash here, you are gonna be a little bit late to lane. So I wouldn't leash for too long. I would just auto attack Q, auto attack Q. So auto Q1, auto Q2. You gave him way more help than you needed to where you're gonna be really late to lane. You at max give him 2 Qs and 3 autos max. And when I say 2 Qs, I mean literally like Q1, Q2. Because now you're really late up here. If you're going to be this late to lane, you're going to want to just have your W. Having your W is the easiest level 1 ability to use on a Camille by far. It's the safest. It's why it's the most pick ability on a Camille. Because the 3 main minions in front, doesn't matter really which lane you look at. The 3 melee, since they hit first, these are the first ones to die. They usually die at the same rate, which is why if you get to lane early, and if you're trying to like control the wave, and slow push waves and hit level 2 first, you'll usually auto attack one of the melee minions twice. That way it guaranteed dies first because you see how they're all relatively the same HP. If one of them had 2 autos on it, then obviously it's going to die way before the others and you can finish that one and then have time to do this one and then that one. So yeah, normally I would just recommend starting W on Camille. It would trade nicely off Wukong anyways if you're positioning correctly. If you're like playing towards backline, you go to W. If he jumps in, he'll take W damage. Even if he doesn't, you'll trade off with your backline in an auto, so it's not that bad. But I'd say you over leashed. Now this is like really, really bad for you. Because now you're tanking his melee, like you're tanking melee creeps and range creeps, plus the whole concept of bullying is I don't have to farm because I've already done it, and now you're going to sit there and try to pick these apples and I'm going to smack you in the ear. So whenever you go to hit these, he should be trading autos down with you, which he does. You back off with your passive. Remember, Camille passive, trade off 2 auto attacks, especially early game. It's really, really big. You could have taken a full another auto attack and minion. This is a 3 ranged minions is a Soraka auto, so you should have traded off another auto here. And you see how hard he lost the trade because he's tanking your range creeps. Camille passive OP, so take another auto trade with him. It would have been just fine. You get some minions now. That's the tough thing for Wukong, and in normal matchups they don't have the Camille passive, so that would have been a really good trade for him otherwise. I don't know why you're standing so far back. I guess you're afraid he's about to hit he's not though. He needs 3 more minions. He hasn't even finished the full wave. Just don't let him get that minion for free. If you have an HP advantage on someone, you might as well push them off that. Like he needs, I think he lost track of how many minions he needed, but he should need another 2. So you're trading off with him. That was a really good trade. Yeah, he's level 2 now. Obviously, you need to back up. You don't want to trade off, and especially when your passive's on cooldown. Every time your passive's up, like, the trade's not going to be bad. But your passive's down, he's level 2. Just pull back. Obviously, you're making the right move. He's pushing the wave anyways. It's going to come to you. Worst case, you missed a minion or 2. It doesn't matter. Losing a quarter or a third health for a 1 to 3 minions generally isn't worth it. Unless you're a corruption potion champ, in which case you can do dumb stuff like that. He didn't go corruption potion. Wukong's not a corruption champ, so these bad trades he's taken has actually lost him the game. The second you hit level 2, I would just get your E and then thrash him. Because he's super, super low. Your passive's up, easy trade. Hit level 2, you can even pre-proc your Q if you wanted to, like auto attack Q a minion. Hit level 2 E onto him, auto attack, use Q2. Yeah, this is a fine trade. Even though he's got level advantage, he's fighting you on backline creeps. Backline creeps have double damage than the melees, and since they have range, they can actually consistently auto down. Melee creeps get minion blocked really hard, and they lose aggro pretty fast. So this is still a really good trade because you're on your passive. You could have traded off another auto attack. I would immediately trade with him here. I would follow him a bit. I wouldn't over trade since he's got this many minions, but hitting him with your grass proc's fine, and then backing off immediately here. Unless you think you could land your E. Like if you had flash, I guess you could E towards him and then just flash on at the end. But I don't think this is going to turn out well. Cannon minion, think of it like two Soraka autos because it's got really high attack speed. So think of this kind of like two Sorakas or Soraka and a half, and then 3 range creeps is a Soraka. So right now you're fighting about 3 Soraka autos on top of this. You have done a pretty good job up until now. Like I could tell, I haven't watched this, but I could tell like that wave was just gonna be way too much. In League of Legends top lane, the early mistakes is what snowballs the game. Like you had this game in the bag, you just got greedy. Especially right when you hit level 3. When he goes into his clone, you're gonna be taking double damage basically, and then it's gonna be hard for you to finish him because there's just gonna be 2 Wukongs, you know? He's gonna go invisible. Yeah, listen, all you needed to do here, very simple. You have the HP advantage, your passive's up, step up on a grass proc. All you need to do is, so now he's running away, you know you've won, your passive's on cooldown. Trade the grasp. It's gonna take you another 4 seconds before you get this bad boy up again. You gotta be 4 seconds in combat. Trade the grasp and back off. You take that auto, you're out of there. Boom, you're done. Because he's not close enough. If he was really close to a wall, like if he was close to this one or this one, then yes, you could have all-ended it. But he's so far away that we both know that if you were to E, he's just going to flash. So overextended. You've done a good job up until then. Decent job. Definitely prioritize cannon minion. It's worth giving up 2 melees for a cannon always. Alright, you can freeze this-ish. You do have refill. Probably can't freeze it though since he has Sheen, so letting it crash isn't the end of the world. I would just try to hold it here as long as you can without taking too much damage. You don't really have to worry about Ivern ganks. Ivern's not much of a dive style champ, so he's level 6. His dives pre-6 kind of suck. And the Ivern players don't usually look for it because they're Ivern players. You have minion advantage here. Oh wait, I don't know why I used your W. You only want to use your W if they're trading with you. So like if they're actually hitting you, or if they're last hitting a minion. You basically want them to be in the middle of doing something. You want to catch them with their pants down. You're smacking them with a W. It's also more advantageous to usually be missing health before you W, especially if they're full HP. Like you trade off a grasp and a passive, then you hit them with a W, so you get your health back. Like. Yeah, you procced your passive, you took the trade. I like that. That was fine. That was a good E. Your W's up, you take it. That's good. That's good. He went for a trade. He was on your minions. That was an easy W. Nice, nice, nice. Your grasp is up. This guy doesn't have grasp. Look for the grasp trades if you can. Keep them short. If they have minion advantage, or if they just out raw 1 versus 1, you keep it short. Look for the grass trade. What you could even do, like let's say you know he wants these minions, like Q1 this thing, and then when he goes for this, you'll already have your Q2 prepped plus grasp. So if he doesn't respect it, he obviously hard loses the trade. If he doesn't respect it, and if he does respect it, then you zone him off like a minion or 2 depending on what's going on. Since you have like 2 or 3 seconds before you have to use Q2. I probably would have done that for the cannon minion specifically. Anything that draws more aggro like a cannon minion or pink ward. So here I would have Q'd that one, Q1 on one of these. And then bada boom, your Q2 is ready and your grasp is ready. Then you Q2 the Wukong when he goes in for cannon. Then that's a free trade. That'd be really, really easy. It's just something to think about. I'd write that one down. Using your Q2 for hard trades on grasp is why like Camille goes grasp like 80% of the time now in platinum and up. It's just gives her the most trading power, most trading possibility. I'd say the safest trades, because your trades don't have to be long. You can keep them insanely short and consistently win them, since a grasp is basically a free sheen proc. So not really punishing him. When he goes in for minions, even when he's overstepping, he gets a really nasty trade because he has item advantage, which he shouldn't have had if we played a little different early. If we didn't get overzealous and fight on a triple Soraka wave. It's fine to freeze it here. Karthus should really come top. Wukong's pretty easy to gank for him because of his wall of pain. If Wukong jumps to Karth, Karth just presses E. If he doesn't, he just wall of pains him. It's like there, like you used your Q to hit the minion, but none of your minions were even low at the time, so your Q2 was kind of wasted. So think about your passives up, you'd win trade. He's not level 6. If you're equal health and you have passive, it's really impossible for anyone to just straight up beat you in a short trade. You ping Wukong's missing. I'll play this from your perspective. 1 second. Alright, so the wave's frozen. Alright, Wukong's missing. I'm going to go help. It's fine, I guess. And then when you see he comes back. I like that ward. That's actually a really good spot. It's an amazing place to ward if you think you're about to get dove. And junglers don't always check it. So like let's say it's Kindred or Lee Sin or whatever. If you were to lay your ward here, a lot of times they'll use their sweeper and then they'll know. But they don't always use it this early. They normally use it around here, so they won't even have known. So I like that spot. It's really good. Good spot. I like it. This is the better spot to lay your pink ward. Don't lay your pink ward really ever here. But they don't normally check this bush. Same with this area over there. So now your wave shoving. Ideally, you ping Karthus in. So like help push wave. Just keep it short. When you type to people, you don't be mean. Don't be over the top. Just be direct and easy to read. Like help push wave. You probably would have done it too, because now I think Wukong backed and you basically have a slow push here. So if you can get this big enough, he can't fight you on it. But it's just one of those things where ideally we don't want to be in this situation. But good thing you're pushing the wave. You realize he backed. And since he's not level 6, he can't do anything. If he was a fed Irelia, like let's say he was the Irelia with Sheen advantage, this would actually be a really scary situation for you, because you have, like pretending that's Irelia. This minion, Irelia, boom, it's dead. This minion's dead. This minion's dead. He's already got 3 stacks. Then Irelia's gonna drop the R on you, and it's gonna like blow everything up. Then she's gonna be like 5-stack fervor or whatever. She's gonna eat you alive. When it comes to Irelia and Renekton, those are the 2 big exceptions to like huge minion waves. Renekton heals more whenever he Qs, and Irelia obviously she gets up all of her stacks and heals and whatnot. So in this case you're safe, but if it's Irelia or Renekton, give it a little bit more respect, because those minions will only help you so much at this point. You're backing, that's fine. You get your Sheen, now you're on par with him. Just immediately, like you're right here, you're gonna leave and you're gonna hook shot immediately. Like you don't need to wait that long. But that's not too bad. You still used it, so not much to gripe about there. You can look for a TP play. Shaco boxes are easy to TP off of. Teemo, like Teemo support Shaco boxes, that type of thing. Just TP to it. Be cool if you could TP to allow tentacles. I don't think you can. Allow tentacles don't act like normal things. Like Zac can hit things together. Like Zac can Q scuttle, knock it against a plant of any kind, or like a Heimerdinger turret, but he can't do it against the Lowy tentacles. I don't know how they coded those. They're weird. All right, so you immediately see the wave. I saw you did this during the coaching. You had a few good moments where you're like, okay, it's pushing to me, or like, okay, it's slow pushing that way. So this is obviously pushing to you. So you don't have to step up and trade if you don't want to. If you feel like you can win the trade, which remember, before every single fight and after every single fight, you need to press tab and analyze the items. So you're obviously same level, same HP, and you guys have the same item. So here you could trade off with them. You could stand here, W out, hit him with W's. If he trades on top, he's taking cannon in this. So you could trade here. Just don't stand too far up. Just stand towards your backline, W for the melee creeps. That'd be perfectly fine. You don't have to give up this melee gold if you don't want to. You shouldn't have walked. Ooh, okay, you're going for Ivern. I was gonna say, otherwise, like, it's gonna be hard for you to walk back past him without getting thrashed by this. So, I have absolutely no clue why your Karthus is level 5. Even if Karthus didn't gank a single time, he should never be level 5 later than the 7-minute mark. He should be. I mean, yeah, he should be level 6 by now. Auto attack, Q reset, beautiful. Ignite was a complete waste in my opinion. He doesn't have a lot of self-healing and he's dead anyways. I mean, I'm pretty sure your R is a lower cooldown. I would have like probably R'd him before I ignited. Yeah, it's 40-second difference. Like, just think about it. If he were to have, like, let me show you what I mean. Just things to think about. Like, this isn't huge stuff. It's just, all right. So you take him. It's like if he were to flash here, it's gonna get weird, right? If he like flashes the wall, kills Karthus, maybe hits the plant. But if you were to R him, he guaranteed can't get away. So when you ignite him, it's just like, don't ignite him at all and just kill him, or just use your R, in my opinion. And I think you realize that. Wukong's here, he's level 6. I mean, your E's got a long cooldown. I don't know if you're gonna be able to survive. I'd probably kite back towards Karth so he can Q over the wall here. Obviously, I'm just I haven't seen this already, so I would have kited it back. And you may say, well, what about Karthus? Look, if you're standing here and Karthus is queuing over the wall, Wukong's gonna have to walk much closer to then E him, and Karthus can just run. So when you're fighting here and Wukong's here, Karthus has time to walk away if Wukong starts acting weird. So or if he jumps on Karthus, Karthus gets to fight while he's dead, and you'll win the fight anyways because you'll R him. But I don't think you win this on your own. Yeah. You should have just done this sooner, gotten over to the wall, because look at this Karth damage. Then Karth dies anyways, and you're too low with no R. Just get over to the wall. If that's an Ezreal, Karthus, a Lux, you want him to be able to help even if they're low. Wukong has no vision of this area. It's going to be hard for him to shut that down. The big wave top. Yeah, I mean, if you can take this safely. Normally the rule is if it's more than a wave, then it's as long as you don't die for it. You took it safely. Your wave's in a... That's just the thing. So you risk dying if they wanted to dive you. And your wave's going to slow push towards them now, so that's not a great situation. Might have been better just not to catch the XP maybe, or just not touch it at all. Now what Wukong should do is he should freeze this. He should leave those ranged creeps, and then he'll zone you off the minions because he has played a still cap advantage, and he's obviously up a bunch of gold. But yeah, you should have won this game for sure. With the way Wukong was trading on your backline minions early, it was literally just because he had minion advantage on one of the later trades that this game went like this. Otherwise, we'd have item advantage. We'd be zoning him off the ways. We'd be freezing on him. And yeah, this would be a very ugly game for him. You're looking for the roam. This is an option if they freeze on you. I don't know if I would have gone for this since your mid laner isn't here, but it is an option. If you're frozen, you get your jungler to come help break, or you roam is generally what you do. So you're looking for the roam. You got Karthus, get your ass over here. You land the stun. Nice, nice, nice. Auto attack. And then you just walk with him. I don't mind that. Wait, did you even auto attack Q reset? You need to. Let's see. Look, I love the way that Sheen proc looks. That looks beautiful. The red glow. Yeah, I think you just Q'd him. You should auto attack then Q. Nice. I like it. Looks good, dude. Good roam. You could stay help break turret if you don't want to go back on this freeze. Now you should solo Herald or help take turret. Or if you could have backed off so they don't see you going bot, you could potentially roam bot here as well, but you don't want them to see it. Or you could ask for help to break on this freeze. So you decide to go for the bot roam. You're gonna go in for Ivern. Yeah, I like that. Good pink word placement. I really like that one. That's a good pink. I would definitely get out of here. I would go for the longer E. Instead, what I would do is... So after you take the W, first of all, KingStix should have dashed to you off that. She obviously A-clicked. A-click doesn't dash you to Ivern snares, but if they click directly on you like a normal auto, then it would have dashed on you and you would have been screwed. Because Camille E has a back hitbox to where if they're behind you, it'll clip them and stop you. So I would have stepped forward like an inch and just queued it, or you could have just queued to this part right here from there. This would have reached. But taking this short one's a waste. Luckily, you get away. Yeah, I don't know. I don't think this is really worth chasing. You're really low, dude. And if I'm Wukong, I'm going to hard shove since I see you down there now. I'm going to take your turret plates. Looks like he's starting to hard shove. You backed. TV back top. You always check the items before and after a fight. So here, you know it's going to be close since he has played Still Caps advantage. You didn't get that much gold. Yeah, not too shabby. He didn't play... Like, this isn't that bad. Like, I like the row mid was really good. I like that. If your jungler isn't willing to come help you break or freeze, you might as well just roam. Instead of just going back up to the slaughter. Yep. W the whole wave. You check the items, you see what he has. You could probably fight him. If your passive is up, you could take trades. So here I'd fight him on your cannon with passive, take a short trade with grasp. Like, even if he was full item, that wouldn't be a bad trade for you, you know? Your passive's cracked, 282 shield. That's just way over the top. Take the trade on your cannon with grasp. But, yeah, now it's just like you're taking the trade now when your grasp is off. I feel like you're not managing your grasp very well. So now you have 1 second of grasp, 2 second of grasp, where my cursor is. 3 seconds of grasp. Like, it takes a while to get back once it falls off. So take the grasp trade with passive on cannon next time. You take the short trade, you get out. That's probably the right move. You had to play the still caps. You take the W. Nice. Should probably just reset. Hopefully your wave crashes. Nah, not quite. In team fights, this is going to be really, really hard. This is the type of game where you want to just be able to AFK split push. If they have a really big enchanter like Lulu or Ivern, you're never going to be able to like one-shot anyone in a team fight because he's just going to shield him and snare you. So even if you dodge his snare with your R, then Daisy's on you. So this game, it was really, really important that you played the early game the way we discussed, and then you'll be able to get your Trinity Force into Ravenous lead, perma split push, then they can't send anyone to match you, obviously, and then you win the game. If they have a better teamfight comp than you, which obviously AP Shaco teamfight sucks, Karthus is only good in teamfights if he has a proper front line normally, otherwise he just dies too fast and they walk away. So it's just one of those games. And like we talked about, since you're going blood, if you go Bloodline, you can go Titanic because you'll still heal off damage really well. Now you're pretty much matched items with him. He just has played still cap advantage. So if you're taking, once again, trades with passive up, you'll win those trades. Can't stress that enough. You're shoving waves. How long is this game? Holy sh! It's 35. We'll go a bit faster. I've been going a little slow. The most important thing was the first 5 minutes, though. So if you're going to go back and rewatch this, just rewatch the first 5-6 minutes. That's where the most mistakes were. Nice. A decisive pick. You see someone out of position, you know you can solo. Beautiful. Alright. Yep. Get the kill. Now kite towards Karth. Yeah. So let's see. Let's break it down. Auto attack Q reset. Get on top. Yeah, the fight just went to shit really fast. Yone died really, really quick. Ezreal wasn't even there. He's doing his own thing. That's tough, man. That's tough. I don't mind the pick on Swain because it was decisive. I guess the only thing you could have done different is right when Yon died, you would have leave, but it's kind of hindsight. Where the hell are you? There you are. I was following Karthus. You're on full Trinity now. That's a really huge power spike. Make sure you get at least tier 1 boots after your first full item. Especially, like, you're going to want it. You really, really want it. Like, one game you went Trinity into Tiamat. You really want Trinity into boots if you can. Trinity, like, boots is a huge deal for walking around the map. If you're ahead on Camille, it's normally Lucidities. If you're not ahead, then you'll normally just go plated steel caps or merc treads, whichever one makes more sense. I mean, Lucidities can be even good when you're behind. But if the enemies are double damage type, like 80 jungler, 80 top. Taking jungle camps, that's fine since Karthus isn't in the area. You're going to check the Wukong's items. You guys have the same items, but he has plated steel cap. That means you can, once again, take trades on your passive. And he doesn't really have any way to heal. He has no heal items. He probably doesn't even have bloodlines, so you can still out trade him in my opinion every time your pass is up. Take a favorable trade and beat him. So I get there. Do you see like your passive's up? Your passive literally absorbed a full auto attack and a Sheen Q with Trinity. That's how cracked your passive is, but you didn't hit him with anything else for some reason. Here, so I think he surprised you a little bit. I like the bush move. That's smart. Now he's gonna have to ward it. What I would have done was probably just E him straight off the wall. E him straight off the wall, auto attack, Q reset, and walk away with W. Right when you start your W, he's gonna come out of the stun, but you'll still land at least the inner part of your W. That's fine though. Not a huge deal. At least use your W on the retreat when you were traded with him. Nice. Wing for cannon or multi-minions is good. His wave's pushing towards you. Your TP is up. He doesn't have TP. Huge advantage for you. You can look to make a play. Just make sure you back up a little bit more, hopefully before you TP, so he doesn't knock you up. Shaco boxes and wards. This would be a decent play. He's really far out of position. I'd probably TP Shaco box here because you know that Wukong can't follow. Shaco's dead. Yeah, this would have been so good, dude. Whenever you see high action on the map, it's up to you whether or not you want to TP, but just make sure when you see a bunch of enemies in your teammates, make sure you at least use an F key or at least do one left click on the mini map, and then you're like, all right, box, E over the wall, ult the Kaisa. Because like Wukong doesn't have TP. That would have been such a good play. Alright, looks like you go for it. Just a little late. Yon's already dead. Good job turning back around. Good call out. I'd probably arm so he can't dash. Oh, Jesus. Yeah. It's game over. There's no coming back. Well, like I said, if you have the worst team fight on Camille, if you have a way worse team fight comp because enemy support picks something useful like Swain or Thresh and your support picks Shaco, then yeah, you gotta win lane or you're gonna lose game in these type of games. You have a solid Kaisa player versus a not a very good Ezreal, so I'll zoom through the rest of this. I'll go faster. There's not much to say at this point. It's just they're ahead. You can't team fight. And Wukong's ahead of you, so you can't really split. He's got a pretty big gold lead now. Just keep splitting until someone comes to match you. Wukong, he really shouldn't have gone bot. This was a mistake. He should be top. If after you took this turret, what I'm trying to say is he basically shouldn't let you hit this turret. You should have stayed for this. There's no reason for you not to take this. Their Yas is dead. Wukong's bot. There's no one on the map. No one can stop you here. There's no reason to back. And plus you literally saw their whole team on the mini map. Like, I'm not gonna say you have to use F keys. There's plenty of players who've climbed high elo, including myself, not using F keys much, but you at least have to use your eyes to look at your mini map, or even better, left click to like see what their HP is. Okay, you stayed. Just a lot of hesitation. Good. Get your auto attack Qs on the turret. E away. I don't know if I like this bush recall that much because they might want to push Baron anyways, and then they'll walk into you. But you get out of there. Probably go defend mid turret. Hopefully they dive the Yone. Yep, there you go. Looks like you go for Gromp instead. Yeah, I would go mid, dude. The thing is, are you really going to be able to get to this turret? You know, I don't think you are. I would just hope that they dive somebody mid. Now, if they still have this second outer turret, then I would go top, but like you're not going to get anywhere up there. Like if you were here, like think about that. Boom, he's dead. He's trapped under turret. That's a huge 550 shutdown. Maybe get the kill on Kaisa. And you're gonna say, well, that's hindsight, which it kind of is, but it's just risk versus reward. There's very little reward for being here because you're not gonna get a turret. It's too far away. The reward for being here when they're pushing up on your teammates is very, very high. Like the risk for this play is low, but the reward is low. The reward for this play was high, and the risk was relatively low since you're under your turrets. So now you're running away. Yeah, you can't fight it. All you can do is W and pinch off. If you're just trying to run, just hit him with a single Q. Don't auto attack Q reset. Just Q for the speed up. I think that's what you did there. I think you just raw Q'd. Because obviously you don't need the damage of the auto attack resetter. You just want the faster Q out. Going in for the split push. You went Titanic. That's fine since you have Bloodline. This is better than the top lane split push because they still have an outer turret over here rather than you running all the way from this side of the map to the other side. They're going to get Baron. Hopefully you at least get the turret. What the hell just happened? Oh, she just pushed you off? I mean, you could go even heal up off of Gromp if you want, unless you think they're going to pinch. They do pinch. Yeah, that's tough, man. I would go for this wall instead. Like when you're trying to run to your base or wherever you're trying to run to, you want to run the sharpest path. It's like those people at like grocery stores or Walmart when they cross the road, they don't cross vertically. They literally take this wide ass angle and block cars off for a solid 10 seconds. You want to do that. You want to walk, boom, hit that wide angle. Cuz now you're literally running, this is letting Kaisa walk closer because she's going to run a tight angle in and you're running a wide angle out. So like once you committed to this, you basically lost. Like they're going to catch you. So what you can do here, first of all, don't run that run here. And then if Swain throws out an ability to like hit you, like let's say he throws out Claw, you can just R him to dodge it. Then he has no CC and then you just attach the wall and run away. That's all there is to say about that. Because like you didn't even outrun him there because you ran the wide angle instead of running in the in angle. Or if you've ever been in track and field, you'll know like the track, obviously the outer alleys of the track are just gonna take much longer to run around than the inner alleys. Karthus is low. I wouldn't want to fight this. Ooh, maybe. He's low. Yeah, take it. Nice, okay. Yeah, R somebody right on Karthus. I would R the healthier person. Okay. Dude, I don't even know if you win this game. I'm guessing you don't, but... yeah, Yone just wasn't there. So they get dragon, you chase. Yeah, probably don't chase. You're behind. You're playing like you're fed here. I would just go hit the split push, especially since Wukong, he's full HP. You know he hadn't burned his aura yet. That's tough, man. I can appreciate the wanting to set up the plays, but when you're behind, you have to make sure you and your team have the optimal positioning. You running at two of them like that's tough. It's a tough titty. No, don't take it. Only way you guys win fights is if they run into a Shaco R. Yeah, just go hit the split push. Go hit it. And if they chase, then they waste a bunch of time, and then you can just run them around. Yeah, you can't do this. Remember, if they have an Enchanter, Lulu, Janna, Karma, Iron, you're never... If you're not turbo fed, you're never going to be able to kill them. Yeah. You died. Somehow Ezreal killed... How did that even happen? So Karthus got them low. I still say it's a bad play regardless of Ezreal getting a multi-kill. That's just, it's so risky. You just hit that bot wave. You had an exit route. Alright, let's see what you do next. There you are. Go for the split push. I like it. You have TP advantage. Split push with TP advantage is always pretty nice. They're not, the good thing is they're not trying to end. Really, the only thing you guys have to stop is Dragon Soul. Like, Dragon Soul is it just Wind Soul? Yeah, it doesn't even matter that much. Wind Soul is only good on the Ivern R and the Wukong R. It's really, like, the Yasuo R and the Ivern R doesn't matter really. So it's only really good for a few of them. I have no clue what just happened. People who are really squirrely like Kai'Sa, who have dashes and speed ups, I would just R her immediately. There's no reason to let her walk around. Just R, then you can jump off of something in ear. Alright, cool. Oof. I'll attack Q reset, ignite him if you need to. Wow, this is actually a really close game. They got Dragon Soul, but the only souls that are really game ending is Ocean Soul and kind of Flame Soul. If they have a poke comp, Flame Soul is really annoying. Yeah, Ocean Soul's the best. Wind Soul's just kind of meh. I would just peel off. When you get too low, I would just hit, like, I would go hit minion wave or something if you can. Yeah, peel, I like that option. You're low, just go for the peel option, really good. Wukong got greedy. All Wukong needs to do is support his front line and play around Ivern. He doesn't need to go for picks. Damn. Rest in pepperonis, dude. There you are. There you are. Go hit a split push. If you're low, there's no reason to try a team fight when you're low. Like, go farm a camp. Go heal off a bloodline. Go hit a split push. You don't want to stay in team fight on, like, less than full HP. All you're looking to do in these fights is maximize the Karthus passive. He's doing a lot of damage, so is the Yone. So play around the Karthus Yone, or if someone overextends for Ezreal, you can pill. If they don't overextend for Ezreal, just, like, be a support. Really, the only way you guys win these fights is if they overextend, because, like, you can't poke them down when they have Ivern Shield, Kai'Sa poke, Swain grabs, you know what I mean? Now you're just waiting for them to mess up. That's a mess up. This is an immediately EE. This should be like, you just do it. Because your teammates are here. And they probably backed. If they're not envisioned, like, where else are they going to be? So I guess Kai'Sa is there, but I still think you could have probably popped it. They weren't that grouped up because it's not the end of the world. I'm just kind of desperate, so might have to take some plays like that where you could probably kill them. Might have been tough though since Ivern. You even have executioners, maybe. Break the control ward. Good, nice job getting the blue ward. Blue ward is OP. I assume you have blue ward. Make sure you have that once you can get it. So nuts for checking objectives. See, that was a bit more of a wide angle. I don't mind that as much, but if Kai'Sa R's up, you don't necessarily want to E before she R's, because then she just dashes to you. So you're guaranteed dead here. Because then she just dashes. Yeah. Ideally, we walk away from her and we force her to R to get to us, and then we E away. Because like her R's got a lot of range too. It's like a Luxar, kind of like a small Luxar. Maybe like a 2.5 Morgana snare, something like that. All right, that's game, I think. All right, good game, dude. This was just a tough game because comp, you needed to win lane and then just perma-sit on split push unless it was a good TP. You were very close to winning lane. You had some good trades. There was a few times when you weren't taking grass trades, and then ultimately you took one really overextended trade into like a cannon, like quadra-caster wave, where that cost you the game. But other than that, whenever you do go to replay this, I would recommend just watching just like the first 5 to 10 minutes. That's the most important. Outside of that, they outscaled you. You guys were going to lose with an AP Shaco support and an Ezreal AD carry versus a Kai'Sa. So good game, well played. You can definitely get to plat, focus on Camille top, and you can have an easy backup jungler if you get put jungle like Mundo. Good game, man.